Hello friends, I will ask you a simple question and you need to answer it. And the question is, suppose there is a bat and ball which cost $110, and if the bat price is $100 rupees more than ball, then how much is the cost of the ball? And if you are an average person like me, then the answer which comes to your mind will be $10, which is absolutely wrong. Because the right answer is $5. Think a little bit more. I said bat price is $100 more than a ball. So for $100, the ball price must be $5 and bat price will be $105. If you think a little bit more, you will understand clearly. For the above example, the immediate answer of $10 arises because of our System 1 thinking. You must not have noticed, but our brain works in two ways, or you can say it has two systems, in which our whole thinking depends, or in short, our whole life depends on it. System 1 is fast and automatic, which is mostly wrong, illogical, and irrational. Under its influence, we most of the time take the wrong decisions. Example: if you see both of these lines together, amongst it you will find first line bigger than the second, but the actual reality is both line size is exact same. And on the other side is System 2, which is slow, rational, and logical, which thinks slowly and helps us to take the correct decision. Example: if I ask you how much does 16 times 12 is, to give an answer, you will use your System 2. You have to think for it, need to put in effort, and finally you will give a correct answer. Now the important question arises, if System 1 is so irrational and unreliable, still why we make a maximum use of it without controlling it? This happens because for us, for humans, saving our lives has always been the most important thing. And System 1 has always been helpful in saving our lives. Example: if suddenly your house starts shaking or moving, then using System 2 thinking and then analyzing, why house is actually shaking, what's the reason behind it? Thinking all this will not be good idea at that point of time. Instead, just moving out of the house with the entire family will be the actual solution and will be the best idea. Because maybe the actual reason can be the earthquake. It could have taken your life. Hence, getting the quick response through brain is very useful. And this fast response of System 1 has always been helpful. 1,000 of years ago, when humans did not have much knowledge, still they survived with the help of System 1. They had saved themselves from many dangerous situations, and also saved themselves from many small stupid things. One more important reason why we make the most use of System 1 is, you must be aware that our brain consumes a lot of energy. In fact, from our entire body, 20% of energy is taken only by our brain. So think if for every small thing, and for understanding every information and knowledge, which we receive from various sources, if for all this we use our System 2, so much of our energy and time will be utilized. Brain does not like to use its energy. It tries to save the most energy. Because earlier time there was the shortage of energy means food. Hence brain has to save a lot of energy. However, in today's life, food is not the issue for most of the people. But still brain doesn't know that and tries to save its energy. Hence we make the max use of our System 1, which puts us in problems and troubles many times. The question which I have asked at first before was the small example. Truth is, we make the use of System 1 in most of our life's important decisions, and that decision goes wrong. Instead, we must use the System 2. Hence today I will share some points which will help you to use your System 2. So let's begin. Number 1. Priming. If I talk about bathing and bathroom, and then ask you to fill a missing alphabet into it, so you will write A and soap word will be form. But if I had asked you about food and restaurant and then told you to fill gap, then there would be more chances of you writing the alphabet U, so the word soup would have form. Now this thing is known as priming. You can manipulate people's decisions just by doing priming. Example: there was a wine shop which used to play German music for some days, and for some days used to play French music. But obvious, no one should be bothered about which music is being playing in the background. But it wasn't like that. Results were different. The days when French music has been played, people used to buy more French wine. And days when German music used to play, people used to buy more German wines. Again, this shows how priming can change your decision without knowing. You can use this point in such a way like: every morning think something positive, do something positive, or see or read something positive, so that you get prime of it and spend your entire day in positivity. Do avoid negativity news and negative information videos. Use positive words and spend time with positive people. Number 2. Science of availability. John had to travel from one city to another through airplane. 2 days before the trip, when he switched on the news channel, he got a plane crash news. And the most important thing which draws his attention was, the plane which got crashed is of the same route and of a same company by which John was going to go. Knowing about the crash, John gets scared, hence he had to go to the other country. So he decides instead of going through plane, he will travel by road with a car, even if it takes a little more time. So what you feel, was John's decision was right? No, it wasn't. Because if we see this incident statistically, fact says, the chances of death of a person in a car accident is 1 in 6,700, which is far more than the plane crash. In fact, you won't believe the chance of death is more in falling from stairs or falling from bed. In fact, the chances of death is more in playing computer games than the plane crash. The chances of death while playing computer games is 1 out of 100 million, whereas the chances of death through plane crash is 2 in 3 billion. So you think playing game is more safe for traveling via plane? If chances of dying through plane crash is less, then why we get scared? Answer for this is media and science availability. We find that thing very important, that we come to know and remembers, especially news, and media shows us from which we come to know, gets scared, and it gets stuck to our mind, and we remember it. But the sad part is media doesn't show us that how a person died through heart disease because of having unhealthy food more often. Because this will not give them much TRP. As much as 100 people died in plane crash news will give. I am not saying those 100 lives were not important. But do you know what are the main reasons which causes many deaths, and what all things you need to worry about? More than 56 million people died in 2015, out of which 15 million people died just because of ischemic heart disease and stroke. Go and search top 10 reasons of death, then you will come to know. You will come to know the most of the reasons behind death is unhealthy diet, not fit, having stress, due to polluted air, etc. And these are the reasons we should worry about, but media will not show, because you will find plane crash news more interesting, instead of knowing how eating sweets will cause problems to you and your family life. And another reason of not showing such news can be no profit for them and for the companies. Hence I will request not to get influenced blindly by media. Do your own research, and then you will find out the many different and weird truth about the world, which will surely help you. Number 3. Hindsight bias. Suppose one day you make a plan with your friends for an outing or for a shopping. That's when your friend did not feel like going out and is not much interested, makes an excuse by saying forget about today, let's go some other day. I am not feeling good today, maybe it can also rain, etc., etc. But you all didn't listen to him and forcefully take him out with you. Now everyone is enjoying over there, but suddenly it started raining heavily. All enjoyment fun gets spoiled. And then your friend says, see, I have told you all it will rain. I knew it, but nobody believed me. But at that moment you will abuse him or will remain silent. But here question arises, like really his sixth senses are so powerful and extraordinary. But obviously not. Because if rain would not happen, he wouldn't have said a word. But it started raining, so he thought that he already knew that it will rain. Similarly, even you must have listened to this statement, I already knew it. I knew America will lose. I knew stock market price will go high, etc., etc. No, they didn't know anything. If they would have known, they must be very rich or they must be very scholar, which they are not. And this feeling of I knew, which comes after the actual outcome, is known as hindsight bias. Nobody knows what will happen next, but after the outcome comes, person thinks that he already knew it. And this feeling can create a lot of mess in people's life and in between people. Example, many times people think that they already come to know about it, and how come opposite person can be so stupid that they didn't come to know about it? This is absolutely wrong thinking. Hence understand, after the outcome you can feel that you already know about it, and however others should have understood it too. But that's not the fact. You didn't know about it, and even others didn't know about it. Hence handle the outcome with maturity. I have shared this knowledge from an amazing book, Think Fast and Slow. This book's author is a Nobel Prize winner who had shared many amazing research of his, which you must read in order to become smarter and better decision maker. Do subscribe the channel and then click on the bell icon to get the notification for my new videos. I will share more such useful knowledge with you all usually every week. And finally, thanks for watching.